I'm trying to tie this in with a discussion we had earlier in the year about netball dying.
Yeah.
It's a dying sport.
Yeah.
We had a bit of pushback from it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what we were saying was, we didn't say it out of, any malice or disrespect or anything, but we're just saying that we're just trying to come up with solutions for how netball can get its participation rates back up, can get its viewership back up. But just hearing that these 1-year contracts, it'll be hard for fans to follow players because they're constantly on the move, right?
Yeah.
How do you propose netball up their participation rates, get more viewership? What are your views on that?
Basically solve netball's problem.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to
While sitting here on the couch with us, please.
But it's just it was a good discussion at the time, but maybe we didn't elaborate on it properly.
Yeah, it's actually a good point because like Netball New Zealand have spoken to us like players about it like over the years, because I guess it's the elephant in the room. Everyone knows that like you look at games and you look at the crowds and honestly like it's poor and it sucks as an athlete as well, like running out to those like types of crowds as well, where there's like 50 100 I don't know supporters there. So like if you look over at the Australian comp, their supporter base is like real good, like sold out, like thousands of people go and watch them. And I don't know if it's because like every game day is like an event. Like my mate,
Sevens feels, right?
like they have like, I don't know, like a circus outside, like vending machines, whereas you come to our ones and it's not the same energy, I guess. And netball teams are there associated with like rugby team or like an NRL team, sorry. So I don't know if that brings on board like more supporters as well. Right. But
do you feel like, just outside looking in, obviously, do you feel like the Australian product is a little more entertaining? Like cause I've watched a couple of games and they have a 2-point shot, right? And that sort of thing is something that entertains the crowd, right? And players who can drain it from long range. And then I've watched a couple of games this year, the ANZ. It's just not entertaining. Right? And I don't want to sound like the prick, but like I'm like Jeff was saying, we copped a little flack earlier this year. We're just trying to find ways to get more crowd involvement and more numbers and more participation, like Jeff was saying. But
I think what she was saying is make it like an event. Like I hate to bring up the Warriors, but
you guys have one good season.
Like I hate to bring up the Warriors, but every home game is like an event. Hey, they sell it out. They sell out every home game, and every home game is like an event. Like they have live music going. Like they had fireworks in the last game. I think what Erikana was saying is that there has to be a way for netball to make it like an event, but the only issue is there's not enough. I'm guessing there's not enough funding coming through for that to take place. Whereas in the comps in Australia, they get sold out crowds every game. They're linked with NRL and rugby clubs, so there's also additional sponsorships and funding there.
Yeah, I think there's a funding issue. I also think that people just need to watch the. Hey, it's the same issue. No, because it's the same issue as with women's rugby too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Super Rugby.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Super Rugby. Don't get me started on that. But it's really like just getting bums on seats. Yeah. Like, and if you want to support the co-popper, if you will, like of women's sports, it's really about getting out and watching the teams play and watching these girls play, because it's not that the product's not any good. We know that that it's elite and world class, but I think it's a matter of actually just getting there and I get the draw cards, like there's the draw cards of like bring them in using all these sorts of things,
But yeah, it's a tough one, eh? It's a tough one.
It's hard as well because, like, I look at Super Rugby, for example, this year and those crowds, and I feel like they've gone down as well.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
big time.
Like, I went to a couple of Blues games and I was like, this is like a Bunnings Cup game, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and even Bunnings Cup and, like, have decreased in crowds. I'm like, I don't really know what's going on right now.